Good morning, folks. We've got Jupiter juice, people caught in the middle of some rough situations, and a great paper on cloud forcing. But let's begin over at spaceweathernews.com. We're checking out the last 24 hours on our star. Primary dark feature is the incoming coronal hole. You see no flashes of solar flares because there are no sunspots. Some thin dark filaments spread across the disk as well. Peeking at the solar wind, we find plasma speed and temperature, purple and green, both on a descent. And Earth's magnetic field is calm and expected to stay that way at least a few days until the stream from that coronal hole arrives next week. Its magnetism is on our doorstep now, however, and please remember that it will peak the earthquake watch briefly as it faces Earth soon. Also note that with such a wait for space weather, we could see the KP drop to zero and bring cosmic ray health alerts. For those with the disaster prediction app, be sure to have observers alerts notification turned on for those. Up next, we're at the Jupiter Juice mission. The white tracking line is a craft the ESA hopes to launch in a few years when the next orbital insertion opportunity comes about, and they're heading out to measure the massive radiation belts and magnetic field of Jupiter, as well as snap photos and do high-level analysis of the Jovian moon environments. You can see just how much they're relying on planets to propel the spacecraft faster and outward to Jupiter's orbit. Up next, we're getting word about a wrecking ball to the house of standard planetary formation, and the ball is the size of 11 Jupiters. The issue is that they see it having a 1,500-year orbit around its host, many hundreds of AU to thousands at its furthest distance, and with the star system young enough to still have its planet-forming disk, they're wondering where this thing even came from, because it was not the disk, that's for sure. Up next, people caught in the middle. First, it was a BBC film crew out at Etna in Italy. Lava hit a snowbank and everything just exploded a few meters away from where the crew was set up. Luckily, nobody was killed. There were some injuries that looked a bloody mess. You can see the rocks falling all around. Boy, they got lucky. Not sure who is luckier, though. Flood and mudslides in Peru are astounding right now, although to truly appreciate their power, you probably have to be in one. Literally. This next one was no accident. They staged the camera because they know this happens every big snow. They usually clear the track area for this, but this time they wanted to be right in the middle of it all having fun. Last but not least, with all this talk about climate fraud, numbers being changed, ClimateGate emails discussing how to rig the climate data to look warmer, it's time to just get out of the lab, away from your computer models, and go see how the Earth works for real. Well, they did that, and more clouds equals less heat, more radiative loss, and the white reflective cloud's supposed greenhouse effect is down 1-0 with 30 seconds gone in the first. Website members, suspiciousobservers.org, deeper look, that Permian extinction episode has a ton of good info on that cloud radiative forcing debate, and we'll be covering it a lot more soon. Right now, we've got pressure and radar forecasts, a global run of the null school maps, and shots of our star to close. It's 5:15 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.